What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nasher. Welcome back to the channel. Now, before we get started with this week's episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, the road to 200 subs has now come to a close, and we are now 207 subs away from hitting 500 subs. Excuse me. And of course, if you guys are new to the channel, and I know that a lot of you guys are, because practically 100% of you guys are watching the content, but you guys are not even subscribed. So, if you guys are watching the content, you like the content, and you want more of the content, but you guys have not subscribed as of yet, then make sure you guys do indeed subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, smash that thumbs up button on this video, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. Excuse me. And I want you guys to post in the comments below answering the question of the day, which is this: What has been your favorite Yu-Gi-Oh booster set of 2025 so far? Let me know down in the comments below. And for this week's episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, since we are on the topic of new sets, this week's episode we're going to be talking about a brand new set that has just been announced, known as the Tactical Tri-Pack. And this is a bit of a weird one because this is actually in reference to the Tactical Tri-decks that we've had over the last year or so. And it started out like at some point like last year where we had what you call it, the tactical tri decks for Cyber Dragon, Eldritch, and I want to say, what was it, Live Twin, if I remember right? Yeah, for Live Twin. Then we got two new tactical tri decks, one of which was for none other than the Exo-Sister archetype, which we finally got the full deck list for that deck, and it's a OCG product. And apparently the contents of the deck you get as followed. You get 3 Martha, 3 Ellis, 2 Stella, 1 Irene, 2 Sophia, 2 Aratama, 2 Sakitama, a Nibiru, a Dimension Shifter, a Ghost Ogre, 2 Ash Blossom, 2 Maxi, 3 Packs, 1 Armament, 1 Captivum, 2 Triple Tactics Talent, 2 Call By, a Crossout Designator, 2 Vadis, 2 Returnia, 2 Judgment, 2 Imperm, 2 Magnifica, 2 Michaelis, 3 Michaelis, 2 Caspatel, 1 Gabrine, 1 Asophiel, and a Zeus. That's the contents of the Exo-Sister Tactical Tri deck, and we found out that this set, the Tactical Tri Pack, will be released in the summer, June 28th of this year, and apparently it will be 15 packs per box, and for a couple days now, we didn't really know much about the set until just recently. So here's everything that we know about the tactical tri pack. Let's see. Here we are. Let's see here. A new concept pack has arrived that allows you to build tournament tier decks with the cards included. Tactical Tri-Pack has appeared, which includes the cards needed to build a tournament tier deck. This is the recommended product for getting into the game after Tactical Tri-Deck, this time in a booster pack format, and allows you to experience the joy of opening packs, building your own deck, and upgrading your deck with shinier cards. Who don't love shiny cardboard, right? Who don't love it? It consists of cards from 3 different themes, as well as generic and general purpose cards, so you'll be able to build different kinds of decks using only this pack. It includes brand new cards that add new tactics to existing decks, making this a perfect product for existing duelists and those who haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh in a while. Product contains a pack with 5 cards, 91 different cards, which include 9 ultra rares, 9 super rares, 20 rares, and 53 commons. 12 cards come in prismatic secret rare, 30 cards come in secret, 12 in ultimate, and 9 in ultra parallel. So here's the thing. So as of right now, that's pretty much all we know about the Tactical Tri-Pack. So at this point now, it comes down to the question of it comes down to the big question of what archetypes are we going to be getting in this new Tactical Tri-Pack. Well, that's the thing. We don't really know much. In fact, tactical. Here we are. Interestingly enough, there were only 5 archetypes that we got as Tactical Tri decks. We had Eldritch, Live Twin, I believe. I think it was Live Twin. Yeah, Live Twin, Eldritch, and Cyber Dragon in the first wave, and then the second wave we had we got Rescue Ace and Exorcister as well, which the Rescue Ace, we're still waiting on that, and I'm assuming for that archetype we're probably gonna get like what, maybe the Fire Barrier statue in that set in that deck as well. There's a lot of other cards we could expect, but here's the crazy thing, right? It's weird because Live Twin, we just got new support for Live Twin within the last, like, what, maybe year and a half at best. Cyber Dragon, we got new support within the last 2 years, and then Eldritch, I think was within the last like 7 months, like 7, 8, maybe 9 months at best, if my memory serves right. Sorry if I kicked my tripod. Excuse me. Anyway, and then Exorcister, we didn't really get a whole lot of support for Exorcister. I think mostly just because of the fact that all the support that we got was actually in the booster set itself, which I think was, what was it, Crossover Breakers, I want to say. I want to say it was Crossover Breakers that introduced us to the Exorcister archetype. I want to check that. I think it was. I think it was. I'm gonna have to look back on my. Let's see here. Um, I'm pretty sure it was. I don't remember. Um, it's been quite a while. I want to say it was in. Let's see. I have a better way of finding out. Let's see here. Martha. I'll check. I'll look up Martha because I believe Martha. Oh, okay. So power was it? So it was power of the elements. Was it really? Hold on. Grand Creators. That's what it was. The Grand Creators. That was the set. So I looked up Ellis on Wikipedia, and I just remember it was in Grand Creators. So it has been quite some time. It has been quite a while. So I believe the last wave of support that we got in that we got for this archetype was actually in power the elements with Martha, which actually became one of the better key components that was needed for the deck to even be meta relevant. But as far as now goes, as far as this goes, I think at this point we could expect to see some more Exorcist support. I think at this point with Cyber Dragon, at this point there's no way that the deck is ever gonna be meta relevant, and I feel like I, I I feel like even if it did become meta relevant, it's not gonna make much of a difference, especially given the fact that Cyber Dragon was hadn't even been hadn't even been a meta deck since like what? Since what? Maybe Edison format, somewhere in that timeline of Yu-Gi-Oh's history. Eldritch, it's been about 3.5 years since Eldritch became a meta deck. Live Twin, it was like an okay deck. I know that Live Twin didn't really excel on the level of like nationals and whatnot. I know that it did get a couple tops at a YCS in the past. Um, Rescue Ace, I know that within the last year and a half, Rescue Ace completely dominated. Within the last year and a half, Rescue Ace dominated the meta, and it's still going strong, even with some of their cards getting limited at some point. Um, so at this point, among those five archetypes, Cyber Dragon, Eldritch, Exorcister, Rescue Ace, and Cyber Dragon, among all five, I think the three that we could expect to get new support would probably have to be Exorcister, mostly because I feel like that the archetype is still missing a couple new Xyz monsters, just so the deck can actually compete on the level of YCS. Um, so there's that, and plus maybe if it got a new field spell and maybe a couple of new like hand traps or something, maybe the deck could still play. Um, Eldritch, I think mostly just because of the fact that with 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 Mystic Mine still banned, imagine what would happen if Mystic Mine was legal around the time that Eldritch was announced. Imagine that. Eldritch would become a cancer to society. it would literally be a cancer to society, which would be very nasty. And then the last one, I feel like I don't really think I really don't think Cyber Dragon needs any more support. I think mostly just because of the fact that Cyber Dragon is never gonna be meta unless if it got a new Link monster that made the deck meta, or perhaps like a field spell that allowed you to do something, then yeah, maybe, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. Live Twin, let's just be real, Live Twin has become more of a rogue deck rather than a tier 1 or a tier 0 deck. So I think the only possible option will probably have to be Rescue Ace, as crazy as it sounds. So I think those are probably going to be the three that we'll expect to get new support, at least in my opinion. But I feel like it'll most likely just be it'll yeah, can't speak. It'll most likely just be Cyber Dragon, Eldritch, and Live Twin from the first wave of the tri decks. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. At this point, it's hard to say right now because we're still a few months away from the set being released. So we'll have to wait and see. But with that being said, that will do it for this week's episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue in the future, then make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.